Hi, in this video I'm going to talk about the personal forecast and why it is a good idea to know your personal arcana of the month and the year, as well as the day. Hey you, how is your day going? How about a month? What about the year? There is a reason I'm asking all of these questions. In addition to the individual birthday chart calculation, Soul Portrait can also calculate your energies of the year, month, and the day as a personal forecast. It can give us clues about personal energies involved in our day-to-day life. So I have been entertained by this idea lately, that I even started tracking them in my own agenda, noting how they play themselves out in my reality. By the way, when I say energy, I mean arcana. So energy and arcana they refer to the same thing, just so you know. So let's dive and see why checking the arcana for your year, month, or a day using the soul portrait is a very good idea. A good question is, why should we bother doing some kind of a personal forecast of our year? Before I proceed, I also need to note that Soul Portrait can also calculate the arcana of the current year. This would be the energy that we as a society are going to experience collectively. The portrait can also calculate your personal arcana for the year as a forecast. This will be the energy that you on your own will experience throughout the year. The common energy or arcana of the year provides the background for your personal energy of the year. It's kind of like zooming in. I made a video about a common energy of the year 2024. You can find the link in the end of this video. Subscribe to the channel to stay tuned on Soul Portrait energy predictions of the years and months to come. So why should we calculate our energy of the year or a month or even a day? Well, the answer is actually quite simple. When we know what's coming our way in the next 365 days, we become aware. And we can use this information to our advantage. Don't get me wrong, the portrait is not going to magically guess all of your personal life events. Rather, it's going to give you an idea of what this year holds for you, as in what resources provided by our universe should be freely used by you to create a better life for yourself. It's kind of like finding your own pot of gold that you were not aware of. I find it extremely interesting to evaluate personal energies of the year. This is some valuable information because you'll know what could be done to stay on top of things and when to avoid sharp corners. You can now deliberately choose to leave only through the positive aspects of your personal energy, and you will know exactly what your focus should be. This is the beauty of the soul portrait. It also helps to prioritize your actions, to stay focused on what's important for you right now, not tomorrow, not in a week, not in a year, but right now, so that you can achieve your goals. This awareness propels us towards a more fulfilling life. You become the captain of your own boat who ends up sailing into the wind, not against it. Let me give you an example of how personal yearly forecast can be used or applied. A lot of the time we go about our life and face some important decisions. We usually know what's right and what's not for us at the moment. Sometimes life can throw a curveball, however. It creates uncertainty and we become unsure of our actions or decisions. After the evaluation of the personal year using the soul portrait, it becomes clear as to the direction we should be heading. It gives us clues as to where the positive outcomes are hiding. Some major decisions become easier to make because personal energies of the year reassure us of our actions. It puts us at ease to know that we are on the right path and we don't second guess ourselves, and we gain confidence. Let's say you find a good job, but it's in a different city. Your current job is okay, but you are super comfortable where you are right now and not sure if it's worth moving. Well, if you discover the Chariot Arcana in your personal energies of the year, then it is a clear indication that you should take this opportunity. Now, let's say you didn't know this information. To leave the Chariot Arcana in its positive light, you absolutely need to become proactive to get where you want to be. Otherwise, you risk leaving this energy through the negative end of the spectrum. In this case, you risk losing a major opportunity. You'll remain in the same place and you'll waste years of your precious time. Advice that you get with the soul portrait is quite practical. Another good idea to know your personal energy of the year would be for planning. I personally create my own detailed plan of actions to achieve my goals using the soul portrait. Actually, I also use astrology for that, and it all helps me tremendously to move forward and avoid hazardous days. This way I keep my schedule healthy and I also have time to replenish my resources. When our planning matches the reality and we miss daily little obstacles, our work rapidly accumulates into productive results. So planning and tracking your daily energies using Soul Portrait becomes a detailed approach, because it's like finding keys to unlocking your monthly and daily resources. We can all agree that happiness comes from little things and a pleasant journey itself. There is no need to suffer along the way. Every day in our life counts, and it's up to us how we treat it. Do you trust the universe and believe that it wants you to be happy? Using the portrait energies of the month or a day points out the direction of the vector in your daily life. When you know the vector, you can fine-tune into the flow of your life and make it more harmonious. Understanding the nature of your month or a day can give you clues as to what kind of plans to make and what's going to work better. Let's now discuss the major working concept of the portrait in respect to time. It is very important to understand when we work with a portrait. That is because your whole chart is based on it and reflects your life. This system gives us clues to achieve our soul fulfillment and happiness. Through calculated numerology symbolism, it describes what you and everything and everyone else around you represent, so that you can use proper actions to fulfill your inner ambitions and therefore find universal coherence. Universe wants each of us to unfold our unique talents with each other. Imagine all of us do it, then the whole vibration on this planet is going to increase, making this world a better place. When we consider the element of time, the portrait describes what your personal forecast of the year, a month, or a day is going to revolve around. Now comes the important part. It's up to you whether you decide to leave it through the positive stance or the negative. That is because every arcana is geared towards its specific theme, with a negative and a positive end. You live your life through the prism of those themes, regardless whether you know about the portrait. It is of course better to know about it and help yourself along the way, because time doesn't wait when we keep making the same mistake over and over again. In other words, understanding your energies or arcanas or themes, however you want to call them, saves your time. In conclusion, I will give you another example. Let's say you're having the year of arcana called transformation. To embrace this theme and to live it positively means to be able to cope with its intense energy that comes your way for major changes this year. To live it negatively means to hold on to what doesn't serve you anymore, experience anxiety and panic, and drain this energy into inappropriate actions. Now a question. What will give you a better outcome? Of course, the positive actions, not the negative ones. And remember, their nature are always geared towards a specific arcana. Therefore, the decisions that you make could be evaluated through the lens of the personal forecast energy that makes up your month, day, or a year. Bigger decisions should be evaluated based on the energy of the year. Plans should be made based on the energy of the month, and small plan adjustments should be fine-tuned through the energies of the day. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching it to the end. I want to let you know that I do personal consultations using the soul portrait method. You can check out my website at astroalfia.com for more information. And subscribe to the channel, likes are appreciated, and I will see you next time.